increased test positivity in certain regions of the country, such as the Dakotas and Montana and places like that. What we don't want to see is going into the fall season when people will be spending more time indoors, and that's not good for respiratory virus.
I am into these rallies, no masks need to be seen. There is some risk to outdoor rallies when people are that close, correct? And you don't have masks.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean, if you're outdoors and you're crowded together and you don't have a mask, the chances of a respiratory transmission of a virus clearly are there. I mean, just because you're outdoors alone, I'm not alone as an individual, just because you're outdoors does not mean that you're protected, particularly if you're in a crowd and you're not wearing masks.
The president did relate to Bravo in early February that you quote breathe the air and that's how it's passed. Then he took public stances for months against mask wearing and social distancing. Doesn't that help cause widespread resistance to wearing face coverings?
Well, yeah, Angie, that's quite unfortunate, obviously, because as you know, we, the physicians and the scientists on the coronavirus task force have been stressing continually about the importance of wearing masks for that very reason. It does a lot of good if everybody wears a mask. You're absolutely correct. We've got to get that message across, and when it gets muddled, that's unfortunate.
And again, now in the book on March 19th, the president said to Bob Woodward, I quote, that I want to always play it now. I still like playing it down. Those are his words in his own voice. After hearing those tapes, with him acknowledging that, do you still believe he was not trying to distort the reality?
Well, you know, I mean, obviously, I've asked that question before, and certainly there were disagreements. As you know, there were times when I was out there telling the American public how difficult this is, how we're having a really serious problem. You know, the president was saying something that's going to disappear, which obviously is not the case, but I can't have any explanation for the conversations between the author of the book, Bob Woodward, and the president. So I mean, I can't comment any more on that, except to say, yes, when you downplay something that is really a threat, that's not a good thing.
When you downplay something that is really a threat, that is not a good thing. The president said something is going to disappear. That obviously is not the case. We have got to get that message across about masks. When it gets muddled, when that message gets muddled, that's unfortunate. Dr. Anthony Fauci then receives Andrea Mitchell today. Andrea Mitchell doing a masterclass interview with him. But there's Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top infectious disease doctor in the U.S. government, delivering the hard truth about how bad this still is. In another part of the interview today, Dr. Fauci told Andrea today that it is going to be, quote, well into 2021, maybe even toward the end of 2021, before we're back to anything approaching normalcy in terms of normal life. And that's a best case scenario with a successful vaccine that works and gets distributed. Well into 2021, maybe even towards the end of 2021 with a vaccine. So she's telling us things that are very hard to hear, that are based in reality. But because the president's comments on COVID as we approach 200,000 dead are increasingly divorced from reality and therefore harmful, here's Dr. Fauci having to clean up and correct the president's false statements at an increasing pace. And it is a very, very valuable public service that he did that finally. And that he does that finally, somebody who will just tell us the truth. Boy, we need him. But boy, does it make me fear for his job. And for who they replace him with, right? But all this stuff is happening once. Eyes open, no opting out. This is our time, this is our country. We are citizens. We've got to do what we can to make things better. That means understanding them the best we can, even in weeks that just feel so overwhelming like this one. We've got some new news coming up next on those huge wildfires in the West, including something that's going on in Oregon that you should hear about. We're going to be speaking with the head of Oregon's Emergency Management Agency. We've got a live interview with him coming up next. Stay tuned.
Saturday's habit. Pain habit. Alleviate. Alleviate is proven stronger and longer on pain than Tylenol. When pain happens, Alleviate. All day strong.
Feeling daily so hard to breathe. So to breathe better, I started Life Daily and Oral. COPD tries to say go this way. I say I'll go my own way with an oral. Life Daily and Oral contains two medicines called bronchodilators that work together to significantly improve lung function all day and all night. Do not use an oral if you have asthma. An oral will replace rescue inhalers for some symptoms and should not be used more than once a day. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition, high blood pressure, glaucoma, prostate, bladder, or urinary problems. These may worsen with an oral. Call your doctor if you have worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain while taking an oral. The most common side effects are sore throat, diarrhea, and pain in the arms and legs.
Ask your doctor about Watts Daily and Oral to start treating your COPD.
We're here for you during this challenging time, and always find support at anoro.com.
How do I do?
Clean clothes that just don't smell clean. What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Dabby Unstoppable Skin Wash Night Boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Dabby Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load and enjoy fresher smelling laundry. With 6 times the freshness ingredients, Dabby Unstoppables gives you more of what you love. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Dabby Unstoppables in Wash Scent Boosters.
Let's say your car needs a new part, like an alternator. You don't get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the belt and tensioner that you need to do the repair right, and have money left over to buy lunch. Since 1999, rockauto.com has provided reliably low prices, easy to use website, huge selection of parts, and fast shipping.
I may not be one to have time, but I know what time is.
Now's the time to try something new. We've got the selection of styles to match. Now men's warehouse suits start at $89. Plus shirts start at $25. Now lower prices all day, every day. Because helping you is just our style. Men's warehouse.
Skin is a line of water.
If you're overweight, you might think it's your metabolism, but it could be a condition called insulin resistance. Fat becomes trapped inside your body, and it's hard to lose weight even if you diet. Now there's a solution to insulin resistance called GOLO. GOLO reverses insulin resistance and increases metabolic efficiency. Over 500,000 people have tried GOLO with a 98% satisfaction rate. Head to GOLO.com now to find out more. That's GOLO.com. Since mail-in ballot focus, it's not a temper tantrum, it's a concerted strategy. You want to make it harder to vote in the midst of the pandemic. It's pretty clear one way to do that is to slow down the mail in general, which is what they are already doing right in front of our eyes. It is not a question of when you mail your ballot, right? The postmark. It's a question of when it's received. And if the mail is too slow, so it doesn't get there by election day, well, better luck with that.
You can see it easily from space. This is the U.S. Pacific coast today, completely enveloped by a thick layer of smoke that continues to just bellow out of the wildfires that are ripping their way up and down the West Coast. Right now, there are more than 2 dozen active large fires blitzing through California. They've already burned more than 3 million acres of California's land. Of the 20 worst wildfires to ever hit California, 6 of the 20 worst have occurred this year. This July was the hottest ever recorded in California's history. Then in August, California set a new record for their highest average monthly temperature ever. That scorching heat creates dry, arid, fire-friendly conditions, and that is what has gifted California another record, this worst wildfire season in its history, coming fast on the heels of what had previously been its worst wildfire record in history. This is the point unfortunate climate change in the year 2020. California Governor Gavin Newsom said today that what California is experiencing is a preview for what is in store for the whole country if the climate continues to warm unabated. He said today that California is, quote, America fast forward. California fires are nowhere near contained. And it's not like California isn't throwing everything they've got at it. Check this out, the California Fire Authority. Right now, there are close to 15,000 firefighters on the ground in California tonight, 2,200 fire engines, 101 aircraft, 251 bulldozers, 334 water tenders, which are the trucks that bring the water to the fire. And it's, of course, not just California maxing out their firefighting potential tonight. Fires are ripping their way up and down the whole West Coast. Whole towns in Washington state have been burnt to the ground. More than 500,000 acres have been burned in Washington state. The situation in Oregon is particularly and acutely bad right